So maybe moving to essentially one of the core of your job, so sourcing, diligencing a business, identifying like great teams, etc. So you mentioned relationships with founders. So I'm sure over the years, I mean, you started building your own investor matrix, which helps you read situations and teams, management teams, etc., relatively quickly, at least a bit quicker than me, for example. But how would you say, like, when you meet like for the first time, like founders, what are you trying to look for or identify, or maybe how do you run your analysis of the individual or individuals uh, at the beginning?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, but it's also, yeah, a bit a constant debate, even maybe even for me, because I think, yeah, the beauty also of this job is it's a people's person, like invest in people's business. Sorry, you invest in kind of people first, and especially the earlier you go, if it's very early on our end, it's, seed series A, but sometimes we do even kind of pre-seed. There's, sometimes not even a product, or it's really just the team and the founders. You really need to believe in them, and you're investing in them kind of mainly. So, and it's always also a combination of art and science. It's yes, it's good, I think, to try to develop and be able to maybe define your own kind of framework, what you look for, etc. But at the same time,
Mhm,
I think I'm always also cautious, like having to follow something a bit too rigidly or in a structured way. And by definition, maybe the
mhm,
opportunities or exceptional people, don't fit necessarily existing sometimes framework. So it's always a bit a fine balance. But I think in terms of typical traits you look for in teams, for sure there are a few. I mean, first it's going to be fairly obvious, but they need to have like a huge kind of ambition of building something really kind of big, because that's how the venture model kind of works.
mhm,
You need to have that ambition of building ideally kind of in the future kind of a global kind of a new kind of category leader, a very kind of big company, and have that type of deep hunger in yourself that can come from many reasons, but trying to understand them,
mm,
what drives it ultimately, and also linked to that, but also a really kind of fast pace and impatience to kind of do things. At this you can see again the top maybe 5%, they just have a pace that's
mhm,
even much higher than kind of other ones. Is another thing. And finally, just some sort of also exceptionalism or uniqueness about them. And again, could be different things, but depending on what they do. But maybe a particular expertise of an industry, of a problem that they've seen, thanks to their experience, maybe thanks to something they've studied, they've done a PhD in some area, a topic, or a unique insight that they have, hopefully versus kind of others. Those would be maybe key points. But there are of course other ones, like also grit and is really key for entrepreneurs and founders. Never kind of letting go, adaptability, also those type of I think characteristics are important. But at the end of the day, also just to finish on that, I think intuition is also always important and quite I think interesting. Like
mhm.
when you have sometimes a great feeling, you're very excited after a first meeting, you kind of feel it also deep in your gut, which is also quite fun, and the beauty of it.
Mhm.
So it's again not just ticking boxes.